What's going on, guys? I'm Jaye the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. There have been people sending me posts wanting me to speak on the situation between Crawford and Meg The Stallion, and I'm going to really speak on the sad truth of this whole situation, especially in regards to Crawford, because I truly believe that he was trying to do right by her, especially in the type of deal that they had. So, really going to get into this. But I want to say this first. I have felt, at least in the last year or so, probably in the last 8 to 10 months, I've always felt that Meg The Stallion cared more about being famous than about being an artist. This is why she's only put out mixtapes so far. She hasn't really put out any albums yet. She just put out mixtapes. And she has been touring and performing, as we've all seen in various videos. But she has not really been putting the music out. And I truly believe that she only cares about being famous. I think this is one of the reasons why she chose to do Carl the way that she did, as far as her signing with Roc Nation, actually being deceptive about it, because she actually went to go meet with them. And basically her manager, T. Ferris, a guy who Crawford trusted, lied to him because he's a clout chaser too. He wants to up his profile. So he was willing, him and Megan, to be deceptive and go and sign with Roc Nation, as we all saw in that photo they took together, and not even think twice about it. And I think that one of Crawford's problems in this situation is the fact that he is very green to the industry. Carl is very green to the industry. And because he's very green to the industry, he didn't really see this coming. But I believe he should have. Because when you were dealing with somebody like Meg, who wants to be famous, she wants to be on the level of Beyonce and Rihanna, Nicki Minaj, even Cardi B. She wants to be on that level. This is why, Jay-Z was able to put Beyonce in front of her, and she basically fangirled out. She became a fangirl, because Meg, to me, seems to be a fan that became famous. And Crawford did a lot for her. Carl did an interview, and that's one of the main reasons why I'm doing this video. He did an interview where he did a Q&A, and he spoke about the situation, because Meg The Stallion, of course, she went on Instagram Live like all of these other people do. They go on Instagram Live to air their grievances, even though they are the guilty party, because, she wants to sue Crawford for $1 million because she says that they are preventing her from putting music out, which I don't believe. Because if you look at the deal that Crawford gave her when she signed to 1501 Entertainment, the fact that she gets to keep half of her masters. What artist even getting a whiff of their masters without a fight? Anyway, she got a 60-40 deal that her mother and her manager negotiated, which is very interesting that she's keeping the same manager that negotiated the deal with her mother, and she wants to sue Carl like he owes or something. He also speaks on the fact that, when he did sign a distribution deal, what's interesting is after she signed the deal with 300 Entertainment, she didn't realize that they pretty much own her name and likeness. And guess who runs 300 Entertainment? But you're suing Carl. You're trying to get out of your contract because after you took the photo with Jay-Z and Beyonce, you now feel like you're better than Carl Crawford's label, 1501 Entertainment. You feel like you've outgrown them. And listen, we outgrow people, but in this situation, you had a very good deal. I don't understand this need for artists to want to be validated by being on bigger record labels. It's never made any sense to me. I would rather be independent than sign one of these deals with these labels where they own your masters, they own your likeness like 300 Entertainment does. Okay? And you want to separate yourself from people who actually care about you. I truly believe that Carl wants the best for Meg. I truly believe that. He wants the best for her, but she doesn't understand it because she's very immature. Okay? Look at her actions recently with her rolling around on the couch with Jaye. Once again, that just shows you that she is very immature. Okay? That she doesn't understand the business side of it. You're going after people who actually care more about you. Listen, this is a business at the end of the day, so no feelings are going to be involved at the end of the day. But if you look at the type of deal she had, it was better than any deal that she's going to get from Roc Nation. Unless they're just offering her a whole bunch of upfront money, she's going to have to pay them back. But once again, this is why, for a person who claims to be educated, that claims to be in college, she's not looking very intelligent right now. Okay? Because if you really think that the deal you're going to get with Roc Nation overall down the line is going to be better than what you have now, then you really are not that smart. You really are not that smart. And for you to go after Carl, a guy who, he was relatively green, but I don't think he was out to do you dirty. I don't think he was out to do you dirty at all. But this is what happens when you have people who are thirsty to be a part of the industry swamp, that are thirsty to be in these inner circles with the Beyoncés or the Rihannas of the world. They will do anything, even flip on the people who was looking out for them, looking out for their best interests. The fact that they were deceptive about their initial meeting with Jay-Z, just shows you the type of people that you're dealing with. Carl mentioned something in his interview with Billboard. He talked about after her mother was gone, she changed up because she did not have that protection. Her mother basically was in the industry. So without that person in the industry that that you're close to really looking out for you, you're going to be left to your own devices. And it's not looking good for her, because it just seems like she just is not a very good decision maker. She doesn't know how to handle fame to me. You're not looking at your contracts. You're turning on the people who are looking out for you the most just because you wanted to rub elbows with Beyonce. You want to be a part of that circle. Let me tell you something, what's going to happen. Once you sign that contract, once you're contractually obligated to Jay-Z, they're not going to be swooning over you. They're not going to be, treating you like you're a big deal. You're just going to be another artist that signed a 360 deal. You're going to be another artist that don't own their masters, don't own their name, but you're willing to sacrifice what you have now just because you want to be a part of that circle of people. Jay-Z will flip on anybody to get a check, to gain a higher social status. And listen, I'm not trying to vilify Jay, because I think Jay has done a lot of things to basically promote entrepreneurship, to promote being able to create a better life for yourself if you want to go in the route of being your own boss. But he has done a lot of dirty things to a lot of people. Look at Rockefeller. Look at how he just chose to go in a different direction just because he wanted to climb the corporate ladder and be a CEO of Def Jam, to be, around a bigger, broader audience. So Jay is going to do us in the best interest of Jay and his financials, to better his the financial viability of Roc Nation. It's Roc Nation above all. But you want to be a part of that group so badly. You're thirsty for that type of fame and that type of notoriety. But what's going to happen once you sign the deal? Once you sign the deal and you realize that they control every aspect of your career and life, you're going to be begging to go back to Carl. And that's what you don't understand. The freedom that you have. And what's very interesting? She hasn't even posted one album yet. Everything has been mixtapes. If you wanted to get out of that deal with Carl so badly, you would have gotten in the studio and did those 4 albums. Then you would have been able to go wherever you wanted to go or renegotiate. But you didn't do it. Say whatever you want about Cardi B. At least she's put out albums. You know, she's put out music. But Meg has not. And, you know, Meg still has, you know, devout fans that are going to defend whatever she does because she can do no wrong. But this was wrong on a lot of levels. Because you're literally you're literally surrounding yourself with sharks without a lifeboat, without a life jacket. You know, you basically parachuted in open waters, in open shark infested waters. That's what, or crocodile. See it this way. It's almost as if, you know, she parachuted in a lake or a river full of crocodiles and don't even know it, because these guys are savage. These guys are about money. They're about business. And if you can bring money and business to them, of course they're going to embrace you. But if you're not able to do that, then they'll just discard you like they do a lot of other people. You'll just be one of many. You'll be the one that could have made it but didn't. No matter how much you're dancing at live shows, and no matter how much you try to put yourself out there to try to be another Nicki Minaj, you never will be. These are facts. This is the harsh reality of the industry. You got a lot of these females that come into the industry using the same formula. And yes, they're able to gain Instagram followers, Twitter followers. They're able to gain, you know, devout fans. But are those fans going to buy your music? Are those fans going to go to your shows? I don't even think that she's charging a lot for her shows. It's like the hype is bigger than her actual fame is. You know, the hype is bigger than the fame. This to me is a lesson learned for Carl, because again, he's very green to the industry. He wanted to meet Jay-Z, you know? So just imagine Meg The Stallion, who I've told y'all, she's thirsty for fame. She's a fan who became famous. Imagine her going up there to Rock Nation and being around all those people in the industry, being around Jay-Z, meeting Beyonce. She's going to be impressed by that. She's not going to leave without signing the deal. So she signs the management deal, but we all know that that's just a prelude to signing a, you know, longer term, you know, a deal for her to be basically making music for. I hope it works out for Carl. That's why when you deal with people in this industry, you got to deal with it as a business. Never let your feelings get involved. Never try to help people, because trust and believe, they get the first opportunity that they get, they're gonna leave. And this isn't the first time. I think this has happened many times. You know, these guys believe their own hype, and they leave the people who actually help build their careers, and they go on to become failures. And I don't see anything that's gonna differentiate Meg The Stallion from no list of failures. But